That's the thing.
I don't know
That's
if any of you.
Sorry.
I don't know if any of you have this, but Oliver here is the fucking bane of my existence. Where everything he does is.
It's right, but like annoyingly
fuck
so.
Boy, internet shit.
So
I
science.
hate him.
Science.
Science.
Science. There's a science.
Tell me.
Science.
Tell me the science.
Basically, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong first part of this, but the internet says.
You said it with such conviction. You're like, science? By the way, I know nothing.
like
internet fuckboy shit. Anyway. Wow. Keeping it in. We're keeping it in. Hi!
No, don't do that. You're gonna think of an animal. We just finished Trost.
We did.
With
lots of thoughts.
Yes.
And now we're getting into another mini arc.
The prelude up to the counterattack, which is gonna be a lot of politics.
Politics.
Notice the scales and sword of the angels?
I saw the sword, I didn't see the scale.
It's behind the title.
It is behind the title. I mean, I assumed that those were the wall versions of Lady Justice.
It might be the wall. They do have a similar hairstyle to what's on the flag.
Yeah.
Also, who determined that they would be ladies' names? Like, why can't we have like...
Also,
Wall,
are they...
Joe.
Why do I think they're Greek, like Greek mythology names? Am I crazy?
Maria, Rose, Sina? Yeah, I don't think they... I don't know the
I also have
relevance
no
of them.
reason to connect Maria to anything, because in my head I hear that and I immediately go to She-Ra because
A different show.
Because I am a gay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Editing Hayley here. Because of things like copyright, you're not going to see much of the episodes. These videos are mostly just me and Oliver talking some nonsense. Also, the audio recording for these episodes has been corrupted, so apologies in advance for terrible camera audio. Apparently my dog has some feelings about this.
What?
Just a thought, second thought.
What?
At some point they change the introduction, like they do a different song at the beginning. And I don't know what episode that starts at. Oh, no, it's this episode. It's this episode.
Okay, so you want me to start the...
Yeah, start this one from the beginning.
Oh, is this the anthem?
No, it's a good one, but it's not the main anthem.
You having fun?
They're so good.
Alrighty.
Hey, you think it's true? There's a Titan fighting on our side now?
When did you start believing everything you heard? More likely the recapture plan failed.
Hey, have you heard the good news? The military has a Titan on the team. Can you believe it? Who knows?
So see the difference in opinions?
Yeah.
Also the fact that there's one newspaper versus everyone that has a newspaper.
Classism.
Yeah.
Commander Pixis, you're the CO of the Garrison Regiment. Some people might disapprove of our meeting like this.
Protocol doesn't prevent us from chatting under the circumstances. You are aware of the military police plan to take custody of Aaron Yeager, I presume. The decision has been left to Premier Zachary. The military police, the Garrison Regiment, and the Scouts. All three fall under...
He's a military leader.
That feels problematic.
He's relatively new. He's relatively neutral. He's messed up in other ways.
We do have a proposal prepared. Whether it will work or not, all depends on how the debate unfolds.
You mean you're going to play it by ear?
Our job is reconnaissance beyond the walls. Playing things by ear is all we ever do.
You're not so uptight after all, it would seem. Thank you for the pleasant conversation.
He's just such a laid back dude.
He's like, see you later.
Cadet Mikasa Ackerman and Cadet Armin Arler, you're ordered to attend and act as witnesses at today's deliberation.
That would be stressful.
I mean, you can see why they're attending though.
Excuse me, I gotta pee.
No, you just went.
Then can I have some water?
Hey,
Drink your pee.
Got it, damn monster.
Don't drink your pee. Unless you know how to filter it properly.
Unless you're, what is it, Bear Grylls?
Bear Grylls.
Better drink my own pee.
What's been happening outside of the doors?
Shut the fuck up. You've been here for like
3 days?
yeah, like a couple days.
Week tops.
So then, you're Aaron. My name is Zoe Hanji. I'm a section commander for the Scouts. This is a fellow commander in the Scouts, Mike Zacharias. Oh, don't mind him. He makes a habit of giving new people a thorough sniff.
He's a bit weird.
Why are you sniffing strangers? Is he a Titan?
Carrying on with the
No.
small talk, and now we're...
Hey, hold on!
It might seem callous, but remember, we've all put our faith in you, Aaron. Best of luck.
Wait!
Hello, Hanji.
That seems
Uncomfortable.
excessive and yet also useless. Because like if he transformed, it would just lift straight up, right?
He's not even clipped in.
Again, excessive and yet somehow still useless.
All right, shall we begin? Your name is Aaron Yeager, and as a soldier, you have sworn to give up your life when called to, for the good of the people. As an enlisted soldier during a time of war, military doctrine demands your tribunal be held as a court-martial. As commander of our armed forces, this matter is left to my discretion. Any objections?
No, sir.
Let us proceed. To begin, the military police will now present their case.
Thank you. My name is Niall Duck. I am commander of the military police.
Like quacked up.
Our rec-
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
Our recommendation for the greater good, after we have gathered all the information that we can from him, we would see him made a fallen warrior of humanity.
And now I'd like to hear the Scout Regiment's proposed plan.
Let Aaron join our ranks. Reinstate him as a full member of the Scouts, and we will utilize his Titan ability to retake Walmaria. That is all.
I am done speaking.
Assuming you were given clearance, where do you plan to launch this operation from?
We'll depart from Colonist District to the east. From there, we'll make for Shiganshina.
That's ridiculous! Our time and money would be better spent sealing up all the gates!
And when you say we can't afford, do you speak for anyone other than your fat merchant friends?
I'm simply saying that sealing the gates is the only guaranteed protection we've got!
Hold your tongue, you vile, belligerent heretic! Are you really suggesting that we lowly humans meddle with Walrose, a gift to us from on high?
It's that Colt's fault. They're the ones who delayed the garrison's arming of the walls.
That shows you the sick amount of support and power they've got. I don't trust them at all.
That's a bad time.
Mixture of church and state.
Now then, Mr. Yeager, I have a question for you. As a soldier, you have made a solemn pledge to answer humanity's call. Can you still serve by controlling your abilities?
Yes, I will, sir.
But this report from the Battle for Trust contradicts that statement. It seems you made an attempt to crush Mikasa Ackerman.
She's just like, nope, don't look at me.
No, she's covering her scar.
Oh.
And who is this Mikasa Ackerman?
Me. That would be me, sir.
All right, then. Is it true that Aaron Yeager assaulted you while he was in Titan form?
Yes, all of that's true. However, he also saved my life twice before, and in each circumstance he was using his Titan ability. I implore you to take these facts into consideration.
Objection! I have reason to believe that personal feelings play a large part in her testimony. What's more, our own internal investigation into this matter led to a most shocking discovery. Aaron Yeager and Mikasa Ackerman, at the tender age of 9, dealt with 3 adult kidnappers by stabbing all of them to death. Knowing all of this, should we really invest in him? Money, manpower, perhaps the very fate of us all. Maybe.
I mean, not a bad question.
No, not a bad question.
Wrong. About it all. But you're so intent on pushing selfish agendas. You're blind to what's in front of you. There's no sense in having power if you're not going to use it to fight. If you're too scared to fight for your lives, fine. Let me do it. Just shut up and put all your faith in me!
What the fuck? I know that's supposed to be a big emotional moment, but also, what the fuck? Alright, Levi.
So there's a big thing that's been mentioned earlier as well. What's called Titan steam.
Sure.
When Titans get cut, they bleed,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the blood evaporates. And similar things happen with Titan shifters. It's not all the time, but occasionally when they bleed, they will evaporate.
During the time that he was transformed, they say that Yeager was able to kill 20 Titans before he finally ran out of strength. As an enemy, his intelligence makes him all the more dangerous. But I could still take him down without a problem. Before you torment the beast, you'd better think. Can you actually kill him?
Sir, I have a proposition. Aaron Yeager be placed under Captain Levi's supervision, and we'll conduct a recon mission outside of the wall.
And if he should lose control?
I can definitely kill him if it comes to that. The only downside is there's absolutely no middle ground.
She looks fucking vicious.
Mikasa's like, I'm about to slay a bitch. Also, I'm not sure if you've made the connection yet. What's Mikasa's last name?
No, I don't know.
Ackerman. What's Levi's last name?
Ackerman.
Yes. The fact that they have the same last name is important.
Sorry for all that. But the theatrics did get you placed in our custody. You have my utmost respect. Aaron, I'm glad that you're on our team.
Me too. Glad to be here, sir.
So, Aaron,
Sir?
you don't resent me now, do you?
No. I can see that what you did was necessary, sir.
I am starting to understand, but on TikTok I did a list of toxic male characters. And a good number of people were like, what are your thoughts on Levi? I was like, I don't know who that is, but I'm starting to understand why they're asking. Because this is questionable.
A proper royal residence once upon a time, and more recently, our former headquarters. Now, this opulent bauble is little more than a holding cell. The place where we store our newest toy.
Don't be expecting the royal treatment. Whether you're Titan or human, don't imagine for a second we all share the good captains and queens of...
That's what you get for flapping your jowls on horseback. What happened to you? You never used to talk like this. I mean, it's really none of my business, but if you're trying to act like the captain, it's kind of embarrassing.
Stop embarrassing yourself. Levi's never gonna notice you.
If you intend to hound me like a wife, Petra dear, there's rather more of me you need to be acquainted with before laying claim to the privilege.
Ooh.
Petra's great. I love Petra.
The Levi squad. Petra Rawl. 10 Titan kills to her credit. 48 kill assists. Oduo Bozad. 39 kills. 9 assists.
They keep track of their like goals in a hockey game.
El Jin. 14 kills. 32 assists. Gunta Schultz. 7 kills. 40 assists. Every one of these scouts was handpicked by Captain Levi for accomplishments in the field. That end, they're my executioners.
We can get into it later, but the psychology of knowing that everyone around you is literally ready to kill you.
Stressful.
This place has gone to hell.
It's been abandoned for years.
Best grab a broom and get to work.
This is what I was referring to.
Yeah. How is that a maid outfit? He's literally wearing a hat and a mask.
Not a maid outfit.
If I may ask, Captain, where will I be expected to sleep?
Your sleeping quarters are in the cellar. Your abilities are far from being under control. One of the conditions of my having you in custody at all is that I keep you under strict security. While we're in Dreamland, you're in restraints. That's the rule.
I mean, this is all a fair point that I don't really discuss it later, I guess, is that if you turn into a Titan underground, you're kind of fucked.
I'll check your
Yeah.
Because it'll just collapse on you. That's why they would keep him in cellars and basements and whatnot.
Up close and personal, Captain Levi doesn't seem much like the hero he's cracked up to be.
It's not that. I'm more put off by the seriousness. He didn't strike me as the type to take orders.
Time was he would have lived up to your expectations. Story goes he was quite the rogue before joining the Scouts. Folks talk, but who knows what really brought him here, right? The most popular version involves Airman. They say he dragged into the Scouts kicking and screaming.
That's what I understand.
Go nuts, dude.
We're 30 days out from an expedition, and now you're saying we'll have a crop of green recruits along for the ride? Our custody of Aaron is conditional on the results of this mission. And you don't want to give me a straight answer. Your nose is as sharp as ever, huh?
Erwin knows what's up.
It's safe to assume our standing orders will stretch into next week. But word through the grapevine is we're gearing up for a big mission a month from now.
The cadets have been through enough with the last Titan attack. Why subject them to that kind of danger again?
Mission planning isn't my responsibility. But it is Ervin's. And you can bet the man's obsessed over every angle.
Consider how many people died on the path to taking back Walmaria. Then hope comes in a form no one expected. One that we're not even entirely sure how to deal with.
Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
So how does it work, this whole changing into a Titan trick? Really?
Guess it's kind of like being in a trance. I do know the trigger seems to be hurting myself in some way.
You're not going to get anything out of him, apart from what the scribblers have laid out in the reports. Not that you know who won't have a go at it.
Good evening, Team Levi. How is Castalive treating everyone?
You're too early.
In the event you haven't pieced it together yet, it's my job to spearhead the Scout Regiment's research efforts. Essentially, I poke and prod our captive Titan specimens. I'd very much like your help. Young man, tomorrow will be grand.
Okay. But, just so I'm clear, what exactly will I be doing?
Ah, I knew it. You possess a singularly curious mind, don't you? I intend to get better acquainted with the Titans we looked upon and trust.
I believe in science, but this level of science is a bit much.
She's the crazy scientist archetype here.
Why not? As a scientist, naturally I started with a standard battery of tests we conduct on all such captures. First was an attempt at communication. How are we feeling? Do you have a name? Are you in pain? Sadly, my findings were consistent with all other past attempts.
So upsetting that they have them
How are
nailed
we
down.
feeling? Once upon a time, many centuries ago now, there lived a vicious tribe of cannibals.
We gotta go through this again? Our naming scheme is so weird.
Yeah. What did she end up going with last time?
It was Chikatilo and Albert.
In the end, these cannibals subsisted on human meat for 25 years, give or take. Historians suspect they killed somewhere around 500 people during that time. That's probably more victims than the two of you have gorged on combined. Alas, this tribe of gormandizing cannibals were caught and executed by the providence of a single mistake. In that respect, you aren't so dissimilar. You both underestimated your quarry's resourcefulness and wound up captured, victims of your own appetite. In honor of the cannibal tribe's notorious leader, I'm going to christen you beauties accordingly. You'll be Sani. You are Bean.
Not gonna lie, I think I'm in love with Bean.
The next step involved sensory deprivation, denying them sunlight. The sun is likely a key source of energy for them. Corroborating previous data, Sani grew notably sluggish after only an hour's lack of sun. Bean, however, still beamed 3 hours in. Carry it on! Physical contact with them was the next obvious step because I simply had to know whether or not they experienced pain as you or I! My poor Bean! I'm so sorry! Sani was more, shall we say, introverted than his counterpart. If he felt pain, he was unwilling to show it. Go on! Talk to me!
For the love of God, stand clear!
I'm surprised she's not like missing fingers.
Yeah, like the
Inventor from Avatar.
yeah, with the finger-safe knife sharpener.
Yeah.
Only took 3 tries.
But how can you be so lighthearted about them? You talk like they're badly behaved pets.
When I first became a scout, I fought them out of pure white-hot hatred. But one day, I came to a realization. I'd kicked the severed head of a 3-meter titan out of spite. It weighed next to nothing. It's so bizarre. In fact, the only way I can think to describe it is to say their appearance stands in sharp contrast to their true substance.
It's an interesting fact.
How you doing?
Good, just getting back to my comfy spot.
We've been fumbling around in the dark, our prime offensive tactic based on contempt and fear. We need a fresh strategy, one guided by knowledge, a whole new way of looking at the enemy.
I want to know everything. If I'm going to help you tomorrow, I'll need it.
Ah, good point. Well, I might have glossed over 1 or 2 important details. Right, full disclosure then! We may be here a while.
Good. Section Commander Hanji, come quickly! The test subjects! They're dead! Both of them killed!
Uh-oh.
Bean!
Not sweet, precious Bean!
Is this a soldier's work? Yeah, but they haven't pegged the one responsible yet. They were killed just before dawn, apparently. By the time the guards got here, the bastard cleared out on ODM gear.
How did it happen?
Let it go. This is a matter for the military police.
Yes, sir.
Think of the military police as like the Die League.
What is it you think you see? Who do you think the real enemy is here? Ignore me. Loaded question.
What?
Erwin sees like so many steps ahead.
Thanks, Erwin. Thanks for the insight. That was not insightful at all.
When did you last replace your shaft?
After the mop-up, sir. That was 6 days ago. Right. She's clear.
Okay, you're good. Who's next?
I'm with Squad 42. Krista Lenz, sir.
Krista Lenz.
Chris is pretty dope.
Guess someone hated looking at those Titans even more than I did.
The sad thing is they may have actually helped the Titans more than anything. All that knowledge lost, and for what? Someone's personal revenge?
Before I'd actually seen a Titan, I was convinced I wanted to be a scout and take them all on. Now I never want to lay eyes on one again. And today, we have to pick which regiment to join.
He looks so tired.
I feel bad for Connie.
Sorry, Marco. I don't even know which of these bones are yours anymore. We have to fight. I know that's the right thing to do. But...
Promise me you're not going to take this the wrong way. But I don't think you're a good leader because you're strong. I think it's because you know what it is to be weak. You're one of us. You're scared out of your mind, just like we all are. It makes you alert, sympathetic.
What a rude emotional jab. Why did they do that? I like Marco. I'm mad he's dead. Why did you do that? Attack on Titan? What the fuck?
Why do you do this to me?
So have you decided yet? Which regiment you're gonna join? It'll be rough, but damn it.
Scout?
I'm gonna join the Scouts!
Yeah. He was like the one person I was sort of like, you're not gonna join the Scouts.
Remember what I said earlier, that one person does join the military police.
Hey, Aaron. You know if anyone in your class is thinking about joining us?
Yeah, there are a few. Or at least there were.
Make ready, people. We're going on patrol.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Captain! Reporting for duty!
Aaron, you will stay within 10 meters of me at all times.
Yes, sir.
Let's ride.
Keep up, bitch. I'm on a horse.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I said 10 meters behind.
Sean, you're really set on the Scouts?
Yeah.
Whoa, are you serious? I mean, aren't you terrified?
Huh? Of course I'm scared. I'm not an idiot here. Huh? But listen, I understand that joining the Scouts isn't for everybody. I won't guilt trip you. Unlike a certain suicidal maniac.
Aaron, huh?
Yeah, Aaron. Remember him?
It's been a couple weeks, I think. Oh no, it's only been a day.
Yeah, it hasn't been very long.
Because he said that we gotta pick the regiments tomorrow. Back when they were in Trost.
Which just goes to show how little time he spent in that fucking jail cell.
Yeah.
Today you will choose your regiment. Let's cut to the chase here. The Scouts need you. We need all the warm bodies we can get. After the recent Titan attack, you now know firsthand the horrors of which they are capable. This battle's aftermath gave humanity a new chance for victory. I refer to Aaron Yeager. Aaron didn't just help to deter the Titan invasion. He's offered us a means to discern the truth of their origin. Intel suggests that the cellar of Yeager's home in Shiganshina holds a vital secret regarding our enemy. We will form an expedition to find this.
House is in shambles. Basement door perfectly intact.
Perfectly intact.
I know the Scouts desperately need recruits, but going public with this is out of line. Maybe it's a ploy, a covert strategy? Question is, if he's baited the hook, who does he intend to catch?
I mean, the question is, too, is like, why would it be a bad thing?
Mm-hmm.
They're not worried about random people going there.
Before we can reach the aforementioned, we must first retake Walmaria. Of course, this is much easier said than done. We'll be forced to stage future operations from the Colonist district further east. Thus, the battalion route we've spent the last 4 years establishing is now completely useless to us.
Excellent.
1 month from now, we will conduct a recon mission outside the walls. Recruits from among your ranks will be expected to take part. I estimate a third of them will die. After 4 years, most will be dead. Can you give your heart? Can you give everything for humanity?
Not a very inspirational speech.
No, this is definitely not the speech to sell your camp. This is what you tell people after they've already bought.
I think that you may have overly intimidated the cadets, sir. None of them are gonna stick around.
Come on, Annie.
No, Annie's gone.
No, I like Annie.
Come on, I've already decided.
If I don't leave now, I'll have to go through it all again.
I left my village. EMPs were the whole point.
You who stayed, you are now one of us. Allow me to welcome you to the Scout Regiment. This is a genuine salute, soldiers. Together we give our hearts. Those of you standing here have worked through your fear. You have proven yourselves courageous. Each one of you has my respect.
Yeah, what is that, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, like 20?
Yeah, what's a third of 20?
I'm section command.
With an emphasis on memorizing Commander Ervin's long-range scouting formation. Despite being such a precisely detailed, meticulously calculated formation, Aaron Yeager's position was somewhat less than clear.
You rookies will be here, between the Wagon Defense Squad and the Scout Support Squad.
Our Special Ops Squad will be positioned here, on standby, behind the center rank.
So we'll be pretty far back then.
It's the safest position in the formation. Today's expedition will serve as a sort of test run, to see if we got a shot at getting you all the way to Shiganshina.
His head looks like an onion.
You're not wrong.
I don't believe it. Hey, Mikasa! Armin!
Aaron!
Platonic!
Platonic!
Have they mistreated you in any way? Like subjecting you to any cruel experiments? Or some sort of mental anguish?
No, not at all.
That pipsqueak took things way too far. I will make him pay for it one day.
Kick his ass.
I would love to see a Mikasa versus Levi fight. It doesn't happen.
I mean, I'm sure it doesn't. I'm sure they end up becoming fast friends.
You're all here. So then Sean, Annie, and Marco went to the military police then?
Marco is dead.
What are you saying? Marco's not dead. You just came around, right?
Your uniforms are here!
Why you gotta burn it into our skulls? Marco's gone.
Does he come back?
No, this isn't supernatural.
I heard that while you were in your Titan form, you intentionally tried to crush Mikasa. Mind telling us what that's all about?
Wanna fucking explain?
Apparently it's all true. When I was a Titan, I tried to kill Mikasa.
Apparently, as in you don't remember whether you did or not? So basically, you can transform into a 14-meter tall monster at will. But when you do, you don't actually have full control over it?
When you put it like that.
That's right.
They all have very valid concerns around this plan.
Gate opens in 30 seconds.
Oh, for a second I thought I was gonna show pigs. That was like a pig noise. Nope, just children.
Potato, potato.
It's officially begun! The 57th Recon mission! Scouts, move out!
Alright, shall we pause?
Yes.
Okay, should we have quick debrief? Wasn't a lot to go through for those
Hey,
little
doggo, what's up?
mini episodes.
Okay.
Cool. Not too much to see. You get into the kind of political background
Yeah.
of what happens between the military sections.
Yeah, they're also like really laying on thick the whole like I don't even know if it's classism, but like the separations of the peoples.
They get into more of it later, but they're kind of sowing the seeds of like there's a difference between the inner wall and the middle wall. Like these people are rich. You can see that like the garrison that was there on their, or the military police, sorry, so the inner wall people, they had like both merchants and like religious people there,
Right.
in addition to military, versus scouts only had scouts.
Right.
Which tells you that the military police are more in tune to listening to the requests of church and economy. And the kind of the frustration of seeing the church being like, don't close the gates. The fuck are you talking about? You're gonna defile the holy walls? And you're like, just shut up. Shut the fuck up.
People are dying.
People are dying. But yeah, so they're gearing up for this big expedition. This is like the test to see if they can do it.
Even make it to the town.
Yeah, just to see if this formation works. They're gonna go into a bit more detail about how exactly it works and like why did they think it will be successful versus like just a traditional expedition. But yeah, they're gonna go into more detail about it. But since, as you know, the next mini part is like 6 episodes long,
Delightful.
not everything goes according to plan.
Oh, are you telling me it doesn't go flawlessly and they just spend 6 episodes walking, much
Yeah,
like in
that
Lord
would-
of the Rings? I am interested to see how different characters fit into the various military roles they've now taken up.
In what way?
Basically, I really want to see more Annie.
No, like you've met like the main cast of characters. and
Yeah.
You will see them pretty consistently.
Is Annie a Titan?
I'm not gonna tell you the answer to any of them if they're a Titan or not.
Illuminati confirmed. It was very interesting in that like recruitment speech. He was like, by the way, this path that we've carved out over the last 5 years is no longer available. Is now rendered useless. Just him saying that is one of those things where it's like, yeah, because like military routes and trade lines are a vital part of like war and like strategic planning.
And like if you think about it,
And
even
losing them would be terrible.
I mean, even though Walmaria has fallen, the scouts would still leave from Trost.
As much as I understand why creating a, like for lack of a better word, a trade route that is closest to the whole makes sense, maybe you should have also had 1 or 2 that were not the closest to the whole.
Yeah, I mean, they probably just thinking about economics and like you do see that there are
Absolutely,
paths.
I'm sure there's reasons. I'm just saying, I bet you there is 1 or 2 military minds where sort of like, I was saying
we should have a backup. There's a scene coming up in the next arc. They're gonna go through a forest.
The woods.
And they really miss the opportunity to have drop titans. Do you know drop bears? Take a slight intermission while Hayley looks up what drop bears are. It is a more of a urban legend because they say that they are carnivorous, and the picture that you're probably looking at is a koala bear with very sharp teeth. Yeah, they really missed the opportunity for having drop titans to just fall out of the trees, because that would have been fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And in the manga, they not during this arc, but later on, they do kind of get that, but it's not addressed. And I really wish they covered it more. Like, they're going through a forest later, and then, like, 2 titans fall out of the trees, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Drop bear.
They could do that. That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. Do titans sleep? What happens at night? We've learned that they kind of power down.
Yeah, at night we've learned they sort of run out of juice.
Because there is a right answer to this, and I'm curious to what you think they do at night.
So I don't think they sleep.
So no, and this is another opportunity missed, but they do discuss it, is they just stop. They just stand there. But when you're traveling, saying you've got like some torches, you basically see these pillars of shadow.
Fuck that.
Right? And they briefly go over this, but it's if you're traveling at night through a field, usually, because there's not a lot of forests, you will just see what look like trees.
Yeah.
Around you.
And they're just not.
And they're human, like silhouette. Like shadows.
No.
Yeah, no!
Hard fucking pass.
Hard fucking pass. So abnormal titans
can climb.
Can do whatever the fuck they want. Basically.
They just vibe in an aggressive way.
So like abnormal titans will just be like, oh, this one can run. This one...
Ice cream truck. Sorry.
Ice cream, yeah, we both kind of paused it for a weird
We both were like, horror? Murder clowns? Ice cream truck.
So they can like run, they can jump, they can like climb trees, they can like ignore people. A lot of the time when you see what end up being Titan shifters, they're just like, oh, it's an abnormal, it's just being weird. And then you're like, nah, it's making very conscious decisions.
It's making choices.
And like deciding and like making decisions based on the environment rather than just being weird.
Fair. Yeah, I feel like this might be a weird not leap, but like choice of words. But I feel like autonomy, like bodily autonomy and bodily choice and conscious choice is going to be a weird, important narrative point of this show.
Yeah.
Because so far there's already been a few really, really glaring moments of like, these people have no bodily autonomy.
Yeah.
These people have duty and choice to engage in said duty, but they don't actually have autonomy.
Yeah.
And of course, autonomy is also like a huge part, like contributing factor to like class issues and all of that kind of stuff. So.
Well, thank you for watching this episode. Please enjoy the next episode here.
Okay.